Hey YouTube, Switchback Outdoors here with another gear review. Today I wanted to show you guys the Camelbak Linchpin. I want to start by talking about exactly how much experience I actually have with this pack. I've used this and only this pack for about 3 years now. The last year and a half of that have included trail running almost every day for an hour with this pack loaded with about 30 pounds of gear. We're going to get into what that 30 pounds of gear consists of here in a second. Not to mention the non-exercise type day hikes I do for fun on a regular basis, some of which exceed the 15-mile mark. I've used this pack in temperatures as low as 25 degrees and as hot as 110 degrees. I've used it for overnighters and day hikes, as well as just using it like a typical backpack. Some quick features: it's made with 500 denier Cordura fabric. 500D has proven to be plenty durable. I think 1000D would have been overkill. And I think it would have added to unnecessary weight. Most Maxpedition stuff's 1000. It isn't necessary. You don't need the fabric to be quite that thick. It holds 1,850 cubic inches. As far as volume goes, I'm going to show you guys what I have in it right now so you can get an idea of how much it'll hold. This is what the 30 pounds I talked about earlier consists of. Alright, these things I'm about to show you are from the main compartment of the pack. I've got a water bottle holder with a Snow Peak titanium pot in here, a 1 liter Nalgene bottle with water, and then 3 MRE entrees with heaters and a spoon. I've got the OPSEC poncho. I did a review on this if you want to learn more about this particular piece of equipment. I've got a bag with, there's 4 tent stakes in here and about 100 feet of paracord split into different lengths. I also carry the Kafaru Whoopee. I also did a video on this. If you want to learn more about this, go ahead and look that up. A 3/4 length Thermarest sleeping pad. And then the sit pad that I'm sitting on actually goes in the main compartment as well. In the 2 side pockets, I carry a canteen of water on each of those, so there's 2 more liters of water. In the front pocket, I got a shemagh, and then I've got a first aid kit with first aid stuff and medication, a 4/7 Prion 2 flashlight, extra batteries for that flashlight, some Vaseline silk cotton balls, a lighter, a whistle, and extra batteries for the flashlight I usually carry if I'm planning on being out at night. I also have an ace bandage. We got some peanut butter and some Cliff Bars, and some toilet paper and wet ones. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is a fair amount of gear. I just wanted to, this is typically what I'll carry on a run. I keep the pack loaded with this for like exercising, and then if I'm going to go on a day hike for fun, I'll typically customize my loadout for that hike. But just I want you guys to get an idea of exactly how much space this thing will hold. Basically all that gear I just showed you, the point is I wanted to have equipment enough for a couple days and train with it so that if I ever needed to run with a pack on, I could do so without dying. The point of it wasn't so much preparedness as much as it is just running with weight on my back. The Linchpin also features the Futura harness by Mystery Ranch. This allows you to custom fit the harness to a specific torso length, and it can be adjusted for wearing with or without armor. I'm 6'7", so being able to adjust the harness for torso length was a huge selling feature for me. Let me show you guys how that works. Alright, so you loosen these guys up. And I don't know if you can see back in there. There you go. See this tab? Pull that tab, and then inside that sleeve is this guy. And then what you do is you take this, you stab it in between this back piece and the pack itself, and you can hear that Velcro coming loose. And now you can lengthen or shorten. Everything depending on how you want it. The pack also has a fairly narrow profile. You can't tell now because I got everything blown out, but I mean, compared to my hand, it's pretty narrow. It's narrow to facilitate like a full range of motion, and it's also easier to move through narrow spaces. In a non-tactical environment, it's a plus because when you're walking through dense vegetation, the pack doesn't get hung up on stuff as often. I mean, even walking through your front door on the way out for a hike, the pack won't hang up on things. These external side pockets carry 3 M16 magazines each. As you guys saw, I have a canteen in each of them. Just for reference, a canteen barely fits. I mean, if you look right here, you can see the top of the canteen is pushing up a little bit. It's kind of hard to zip up with a canteen in there, but they will fit. The pack comes with a 100-ounce bladder that fits in here. I typically don't carry a bladder. I'll use water bottles. If it's a real long day hike, I will use a bladder, but I use the 5-liter bladder. And the 5-liter bladder, that's that huge bladder that Camelbak sells, will fit in here. Alright, things I love about the pack. Number one would have to be the extreme durability. No rips or tears, the zippers all still work great. I mean, I've taken this pack through hell. Bushwhacking, boulder hopping, long day hikes, totally exposed in the sun. It's been soaked with rain. One time my brother, a buddy of mine, and I were attempting to hike up a local mountain, and weather started to move in on us. We stopped at the top of a steep, kind of like an embankment, to make a fire and dry out. I put my pack down to grab some material for the fire, and like an idiot, I kicked the pack down the embankment accidentally. I mean, I'm talking rocks and brush, mud, and then there was a creek at the bottom of this embankment just to top everything off. The pack came through totally unscathed. I like the size. If you're the kind of guy that takes like a water bottle and a cell phone on a day hike, this ain't the pack for you. If you like to have equipment with you, like a hammock, a jacket, a tarp, a cook kit, or whatever, this is going to perform awesome for you. If you're into the minimalist thing, this can be pushed into overnight use. I've done that comfortably a few times now. Past one night, you're SOL. I like the pocket arrangements. I like the compression straps. And then they've got Velcro to keep them all nice and neat. I love the harness. The harness rocks. The shoulder straps are plenty comfortable. Let me show you how thick they are. There you go. Things that I don't like, I wish it had MOLLE. I want MOLLE right here up front and on these side pockets, maybe some right here too. I would have liked to have had some sort of Teflon coating or a DWR finish like Maxpedition uses. I can't remember if it was advertised as having anything like that or not, but if it did, the coating was unremarkable. This will soak up water and it'll do it pretty quickly. Any pack you use, I don't care what kind of like trick airflow system they have built into the back, it's gonna make your back sweat. And if you look here, you can see how it's pretty flat on the back. This pack isn't horrible as far as the back sweat thing goes, but this flat section will make your back sweaty. It also likes to attract twigs and seeds and stuff like that, so that's just something to keep in mind. You guys probably noticed that there isn't a waist belt. That may be a huge problem for some. The lack of a waist belt hasn't been a problem for me at all. That said, I would not push the pack past 25 or 30 pounds without a belt to take the load off like your shoulders and back. It would have been nice to have a removable waist strap. Alright, finally, price. This is going for about $225 on Camelbak's website. You can find it cheaper online other places. I don't have a problem with the price at all. This pack is proven to be incredibly durable and useful, not to mention Camelbak has an awesome warranty and fantastic customer service. As always, if you guys have any questions on this or any other piece of equipment I've reviewed, my Google Plus and Facebook links are on my channel page. Feel free to send me a message or comment here. Subscribe for more gear reviews. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.